Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Todd Champion. This is Camping with Champion, and tonight I'm going to be trying out a hot tent for the very first time. I'm here on Lake Guntersville in Guntersville, Alabama, and I have the cheapest hot tent and wood stove setup that I could find. I got this hot tent and wood stove for $144. I'll tell you more about those here in a little bit, but first I'm going to need to go ahead and start getting this hot tent set up because I have never set a hot tent up in my life, so this could take me a while. So let's go ahead and get started. This is a 4-person Vevor, I don't know how you say it, teepee-style hot tent. I actually saw a video by Sam Bananas, and he got the 2-person Vevor hot tent for $58, and that's what I was going to get too. But when I went on Amazon, they actually had the 4-person on sale for $68, and after taxes, it ended up costing me $76 total. The one that he used did look kind of small, so I was pretty happy to be able to find a 4-person. Here it is. It packs up pretty small, actually. All right, I know this is going to take a lot of tent stakes, so hopefully they put some in there. I did bring some that a subscriber sent me, some really good ones, so I've got those if I need them. This is the pole, I guess, that goes up in the middle. Oh, this ground is actually kind of wet right here. Let me go look around real quick and see if if all of the ground is this wet. If so, then I'll just stay here, but maybe there's a dry spot. Okay, I do think it's a little bit drier over here, so we're gonna move over. This tent doesn't have a bottom in it, so the ground will just be our flooring. This must be the stove jack, so we'll have to cut a little hole in here so that the stovepipe can go through it. Tent stakes, guy line, I'm guessing. Yep. Here are the stakes that come with it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm already a little bit confused. Oh, okay. I get it now, I think. I'm gonna start staking this thing down. From what I understand with these TP hot tents, that's the most important part. So I got these tent pegs or stakes that a subscriber sent me. I can't remember the name, but I will look up that subscriber's name here in a little bit and give them a shout out. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to put all those tent stakes in and then try and go in and put the pole up in the middle, but I'm gonna go ahead and try and put the tent pole up before I put the last 2 or 3 tent stakes in. I think I was supposed to stake it all the way down first, actually. It looks pretty big so far. I walked around and tightened up the stakes all the way around. I think it looks pretty decent. I did want the door to be facing the water so I could sit inside the tent, look out over the water, but I somehow think I got it right here facing these trees, but that's okay. Still a pretty view. All right, let's open this thing up and go inside of it. I'm guessing these are guy out points, but I mean, I don't know if I really need to stake those out or not. I guess it would make it have a lot more room. Let me go in and look around first. It looks pretty roomy in here. I do kind of wish the stove jack wasn't right here, because that's where I was going to put my cot. I wanted to put my cot in the back there, but now the stove's got to be right there. It's okay. I'll just put it over here on this side. So far, so good. I might have to go do that from the inside. Ow! Scratched the back of my neck. Okay. Now I'm gonna cut this. I'm not completely sure. I think you're just supposed to do it right in the middle. Just like a little cross, so that looks like the middle to me. I'm gonna go pretty small. If I need to make it bigger than that, I will. Maybe that'll work. Okay, let's stick this up here, I guess. I've already used the stove once because you have to do what they call a burn-in, where you burn it to get all the oils and stuff like that off of it. And it stinks really bad the first time you use it too, so you don't want to do that inside your tent. Super easy to set up. It comes almost all the way assembled, and the whole stove fits right in this pack. The pack is a little tight, but that's okay. Ooh, there's a spider on there. Oh no. Where'd it go? Tiny little spider. So this stove is also a Vevor or Vevor, and that wasn't on purpose. It was just the cheapest one I could find. Ow, I think there's briars in here. Dang it. All the pipes just fit inside the stove, except for 2 of them. This is called a dampener, apparently. I've watched quite a few hot tent videos to get myself prepared for this, but anyways, I'm pretty sure this is called a dampener, and it helps you control the heat inside the tent. It does come with these clamps to put on there. I haven't used it yet. Maybe I should. Just to be safe. Fits like a glove. Trying to make it where it's not like pressed up against the stove jack. I don't know if that matters or not, honestly. I might have to unstake this because once it gets up high, I'm not going to be able to reach it. I loosened the straps. On every stake, there's a strap that you can pull and tighten the tent up. So I loosened that up, and that's allowing me to get over here much easier. That's pretty tall. I'm right at 6 feet tall, and I've got pretty long arms. There we go. I'm gonna re-tighten this strap. This is what I mean. Each stakeout point has a strap that you can pull tight. I know most of you probably know every bit of this stuff I'm saying. I'm just kind of pointing it out for people like me who've never been hot tent camping or anything. So that you kind of know the basics. You can learn as I learn. To go ahead and get my chair set up before I start a fire. I don't really need a fire at this exact moment because it was like 65 degrees here today, and it is still not too cool out here, probably in the lower 50s. But tonight it's going to get in the 30s, like the upper 30s. So the wood stove will be nice to have then. So in last week's video, I actually lost my microphone because my magnet fell off, but luckily I found it. But then, I don't know what I did with it. When I left that camp, I had it on my shirt at the end of the camp, and that is the last time I saw it. So I'm back to using this big microphone. That's okay. I've already ordered another one. They're actually pretty, considerably cheap for microphones. They're like $33 each right now for the DJI Mic Mini. So if you need a cool wireless mic, you get one of those. But I think they only work with DJI cameras though. But I can't believe I lost it. I searched everywhere for it too. Could not find it anywhere. Nice. So far, feels pretty roomy in here. I still gotta get my cot set up. As I'm looking at it now, this is supposed to be a 4-person tent. There's no way. I mean, maybe if you all slept on the ground, just sleeping bags right next to each other, you could get 4 people in here. But because of the stove, you can't, that back there is unusable. That's just gonna be wood storage. You could get 1 person over there probably. That'd probably be far enough away from the wood stove. And then when you close this door up, 1 or 2 people could get here. So I mean, I guess you could get 4 people in here if you had to, but 2 people would be ideal for this tent. Like you could get 2 cots, no problem. Maybe 3, but 2 for sure. I'm really glad I got this one and didn't go with the cheaper one. But I mean, it was $10 and like twice the size, so probably not twice the size, but it was a lot bigger. Definitely worth the 10 bucks. And because I got the stove so cheap, it just seemed like the thing to do. I still can't believe I got both of those for $144. I never really thought I would go hot tent camping because when I seen other people do it, I'm gonna be completely honest, I always felt like they were kind of like bougie. Like in my mind, I was like, that's something like rich people do or something. I don't know why I thought that, I just did. But for 144 bucks, I'm in. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the cot set up. I want everything set up in here before I light the fire. That way I'm not having to worry about accidentally touching it because I'm very clumsy and that will probably happen, especially if I'm moving around, not paying attention to it. So I'd like to get everything set up the way it's gonna be for the night, and then I'm gonna fire up the stove. A little uneven the ground is, I believe, but yeah, that'll work just fine. I got some free wood from somebody locally, but it was still kind of wet, so I went ahead and bought some bundled wood and some fat wood too, just to give myself 100% shot of getting this going. But this wood, I'm pretty sure it has poop on it somewhere because it stinks. Like, it is really bad. I'm about to have to go through every piece and get rid of the offensive one. I found the stinky piece. It doesn't look like it has anything on it, but it absolutely reeks. I don't know much about firewood, so is that something that happens to wood? Yeah, it stinks. I gotta get this piece out of here. Shout out to Bob. Subscriber sent me these little fire starters. Whoop. Oh, and Benjamin, that was the person who sent me the tent stakes I used tonight, so thank you as well. Let's get this thing going. Ow. Put a few pieces of this fat wood in there. Oh, you know what? I brought a bunch of dried sticks and stuff. I'm gonna go grab those and stuff those in here. Oh wow, that fat wood is smoking pretty badly. I might not have should have put that in there. There are these little prickly plants, thorns all over the ground inside here. Maybe I should have brought a weed eater with me. The fire seems to be going pretty decently. I didn't pack it all the way full. No smoke is coming back into the teepee or hot tent. Let's go outside and look at the vent. Seems to be working as it should. I have seen videos where that flap that's rolled up kind of gets melted, but it looks like it's pretty far away from the pop, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. Even with this door open, it's already way warmer in here. Oh, that reminds me. Karika got me a carbon monoxide detector. I'm gonna get that and put that in here. Also tells the temperature and stuff too. This stovetop is like cherry red, it's so hot. And I'm pretty sure that I saw somebody say that you should close it, the dampener up a little bit. And maybe that would prevent that. Can't remember, maybe I should Google it. It is so hot in here though. I mean, it is super hot in here. I'm hoping it gets a lot colder tonight. Oh yeah, look. So probably 10 seconds after I did that, the redness has gone away. A lot of it has from up high on the pop. So I've got some company. My cousin John just showed up and I have him chopping firewood now.
Hey everybody.
He's the one I've talked a few times about having like a little bike camper built that I can pull with my e-bike. He's the one doing that for me. So that's gonna be pretty cool. He even told me about a trail. Is it called Chief Ladiga, right?
Yeah, Chief Ladiga.
Yeah, and it's like a 100-mile paved bike trail that starts in Anniston, Alabama and goes all the way into Georgia. And that's what I wanna do. I wanna take the camper, go on that trail and do like a multi-day e-bike camping trip. I figure I can just pull over on the side of the road and just like camp in the camper. I don't think anybody would say anything. I don't know. I've never been there, so I don't know what it looks like on the outside.
I've watched videos of guys camping in the pavilions.
Oh
along
yeah.
the way. Actually just putting up a hammock in the pavilions.
Yeah, so they shouldn't care if I put a little tiny camper in there. Fire went out. John chopped up some small kindling, getting it going again. Honestly, it is hot in here. I'm hoping it gets a lot cooler tonight, but so far this little stove is working perfectly. All right, y'all, my cousin John is about to leave. He came, played guitar. That was freaking awesome. And he brought me this cherry pie. This is a legit cherry pie, not the Walmart kind.
Have fun, buddy.
See ya. He's got an actual job he has to go to in the morning.
Get up early and work. Bye.
Buddy, see ya.
Bye.
This stove is working so much better than I expected it to. I zipped up the door for a second and it got so hot in here I couldn't stand it. I had to open it back up. It has far exceeded any of my expectations. And it's still like in the 40s outside right now, so it's not like it's freezing or anything. I guarantee you it was probably in the 70s to 80s in here when I had that door closed. Got a little bit of sawdust on me. Honestly, I actually am finding myself enjoying cutting this wood up, even though I'm not very good at it. There you go. It's time to eat. I'm not real sure how to control the temperature on this thing, so I don't know how hard it's going to be to cook on here. I'm just making chicken quesadillas, so I don't really need it to be crazy hot or anything. We're just toasting some tortillas, melting some cheese. It's a pretty decent fit in my pan. I think what I'll do, since these tortillas seem to be the exact, or a little bit bigger than my pan, it's going to be hard to get under there to flip them. I think I'm going to do like half-sized quesadillas. So I'll fix everything up in here, flip it over, and then I'll have plenty of room to get my spatula under there to do a flip on it. First thing I'm going to do is spread around this chipotle sauce all over my tortilla. Spread that stuff all around. Gonna add some Colby Jack. And then I just bought this hand-pulled seasoned rotisserie chicken. I'm just gonna use that. Oh my gosh, it smells good. I wish I'd have brought some bread and mayonnaise and I could have just made a chicken sandwich. Oh, I guess I can go ahead and fold this over too. Okay, I think it's going to be a little too hot to just sit right on the stove, maybe. Maybe I'll hold it up like this. I've heard that if you can hold your hand over the heat for about 3 seconds without it burning you, that's about 350 degrees. Well, that would probably be about right there. I've got chipotle sauce all over my outside of my quesadilla because it was on my spatula. I think that's pretty done. Looks good to me. I'm not gonna make the same mistake I did last week though. I am gonna give this a few minutes to cool off before I bite into it. I will eat this piece of chicken that just fell out of it though. All right, I'm gonna let that cool off, then I'll eat. I'm gonna set it down on the ground over here. The ground's pretty cold. That should help it cool off a little faster. It's cooled off a lot. Looks pretty freaking good, if I do say so myself. That is really good. Let me grab my drink. Tonight I brought this orange ramen. My cousin John actually brought me this clearly Canadian mountain blackberry sparkling water beverage. And it was really freaking good. And I usually don't like sparkling water. It's hard to explain, but a lot of times sparkling water tastes like static in my mouth. It's been a minute since I had a ramen. I've had so many other drinks, and I still got a lot of other drinks to go through that I haven't had a ramen in a while. For anyone new who hasn't seen this, ramenes are these really great tasting drinks. They have a marble in the top. You use this, you pop the marble down in. There we go. See? And your marble just kind of stays in this chamber up here, so you can't swallow it. Good. Okay. That is really good. I'm definitely gonna have to cook another one. I don't know why I don't make these more often. Super simple, really quick, and freaking delicious. That piece of chicken kind of looks like a frog leg. All right, y'all, I'm gonna finish eating this, and then we'll dig into this cherry pie that John brought me. Update, I've cooked a second quesadilla. I didn't make this one as thick as the other one. Oh, it's still hot. I'll be back when it's time to eat this delicious looking pie. I put my pie on the stove. I'm gonna try and heat it up. This should work. Look how freaking good that looks. Much better than the Walmart cherry pie. All right, let's give this a try. Maybe too hot. Okay, I think I got it just perfect. Oh my goodness. That's a legit cherry pie right there. Real cherries. I'm gonna eat this pie, and then we will read comments from last week's video. First comment from the Underneath the Bridge video is from Lost and Waxed 222. Happy New Year. 2026 is going to be a good year for camping. Maybe I'll even go camping. I've been watching other people do it for about 5 years now. Go for it. It's a lot funner doing it than watching it, but it's a lot more work doing it than watching it. Next comment. Josh Novak. Need to do a second channel with just you jamming out. I would watch. I actually do have another channel. I just don't talk about it. I don't even know how old it is, 10, 15 years at least. But I put some videos on there like a decade ago whenever I was still driving a truck of just me playing and singing some of these songs that I wrote in the back of my big truck. But I just don't ever talk about it because honestly the songs sound horrible, and I honestly keep forgetting about it. I want to go back and actually delete all those videos. Maybe they'll be deleted by the time you see this. Because I want to re-record the songs where they at least sound halfway decent, and I just don't think they do on that channel right now. But one day I will update my music channel. Thank you for that comment. This comment is from Bob Clark 7211. Maybe someone threw a body off the bridge. Laugh out loud. Those coyotes were loud. Those coyotes were freaking super loud. Also, I meant to say coyotes and not wolves whenever I was talking about them. But yeah, they were crazy loud. And the throwing someone off the bridge did cross my mind. My cousin John, who was here earlier, said he was almost 100% certain it was just, I think he said a beaver flapping its tail around in the water, which I guess does make sense because it sounded like a splashing sound. All right, next comment. This comment is from Banana Assassin Pajamas. I think I said that right. Bananas in pajamas, not Banana Assassin Pajamas. Bananas in pajamas. Y'all see this name, you can see how I got that wrong. They said, damn champion, Runaway gave me the chills. That was excellent. Well, thank you very much. That's one of my favorite songs that I've written, honestly. I brought my guitar tonight. I don't know if I'm going to play it. I might play it in the morning or something. But thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Big Daddy Hognuts 9413. That was probably a beaver slapping its tail on the water surface. I guess that's the general consensus. So either a beaver, or I saw a lot of other people saying the body thing. So a beaver or a body. I really think that y'all guys are right about the beaver thing, though. That makes a lot of sense because it was a big splash, like a huge splash, and then like a bunch of splashes. In my mind, I was thinking like something jumped in and was drowning to death or something, but a beaver makes total sense. Last comment from Where is Luke? If you set up a trail cam close to your tent, you can see anything that goes on at night. In post, you could even use a dash cam if your vehicle is facing your tent. I almost always set up a time-lapse camera, but a trail camera would be good. Speaking of that, I need to set up my time-lapse camera tonight. I actually forgot about it last week. I was so sleepy. I just forgot about it. Tony from Random Adventures 2.0, he used to set up a trail cam all the time, and he never caught anything on it. As far as I know, he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's a boat going by right now. All right, that's gonna do it for the comments this week. Thank you guys so much for all the comments. All right, y'all, I am gonna crawl in my bed. I'm actually very hot right here beside this stove. This thing, I should have turned that dampener. I can't remember which way you're supposed to close or open it to make it cool off. I think you open it. Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm all tucked in, ready to go to sleep. Today has been pretty fun. I feel like the stove took a lot more work than I was expecting. That's probably just a combination of me not knowing exactly how to fine tune it in properly and get the most out of it, and it being a very small stove. But for my first time ever hot tent camping, I think everything went pretty great. I didn't burn the tent down yet, so that's a plus. And it's so I've never been more comfortable on a camp. It's so warm in here right now. It feels so good. I'm going to try and fall asleep while the stove is still hot. That way I won't be awake when it gets cold. I slept way too long, and now it's supposed to rain in about 20 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all this packed up before then. It's a mess in here. I didn't realize how big of a mess I made. Look around. I mean, I just got wood and my stuff is just everywhere. Alright, I'm going to get up and try my best to get all this packed up and in the truck before the rain hits. I forgot to tell you the size of the wood stove I used last night. It is 8 inches in the front, 12 inches long, and 6.5 inches tall, not counting the legs. And the stove pipe, I think, is about 8 feet. I hope y'all enjoyed this camp. I know it's not my usual stealth camp, but I'll be back to stealth camping next Friday, and then every Friday for the foreseeable future, because I will be leaving to go on a trip to collab with some other YouTubers, and I think we're doing nothing but stealth camping. So my overall thoughts on the hot tent, I did enjoy it. It was very comfortable, but it was a little more work than I thought, having to constantly keep the fire going. But the last time I filled it up late last night, I think I finally got it down, because it stayed lit for a long time. I probably won't be doing much hot tent camping, if I'm being honest, and that's just because I do a lot of stealth camping instead, and I just feel like a hot tent's a lot of work for just me. If my wife or kids are coming camping with me, I'll definitely go hot tent camping again, and I'd probably want to upgrade to a bigger stove and a bigger tent too. But for one person, if you like hot tent camping for one person or two, that tent is awesome. And like I said, that tent and that stove was only like $144, which from my experience is about the cheapest you're ever going to be able to get into hot tent camping with brand new equipment anyways. I did look for used stuff first, but I just couldn't find any that was cheaper than that. So, right, everybody, that's going to do it for this video. I'll see y'all next Friday. Have a fun stealth camp planned, and like I said, every Friday after this, stealth camps galore. Bye, everybody. See y'all next Friday.